Fight week has begun for Misfits Boxing 009, and just like all of the other non-pay-per-view events, this card is mainly to build up the new stars in the space and to give fighters more experience. There's a good blend of older Misfits fighters and brand new talent, and I'm personally looking forward to a few fights on the card. These smaller Misfits events have been compared to UFC Fight Nights, and I've made that comparison as well over the last few months. Cards like Misfits 002 or 006 are important building blocks to get to the big pay-per-view events, and Misfits 009 is no exception. I wanted to give this card a look and preview the fights that interest me the most. Starting off with Callum Izzard vs OJ Rose. Apparently this Callum guy has been on reality TV shows in the UK and he's had a boxing fight already. I'm not sure who he is, but I imagine that some people who are into reality TV shows will be interested in him fighting. OJ Rose, on the other hand, was featured on Misfits before, and he actually beat Kimbo Slice Jr., which is an impressive feat. He has a sizable TikTok following, but again, before he fought on Misfits, I wasn't too sure who this guy was. I hope both Callum and OJ put on a good show and make us care about them squaring up during fight week. The next fight we have is Master Oogway, who is massive on TikTok and YouTube, versus a mystery opponent. He was meant to be fighting Simba, a UK rapper who made a song with KSI, but he unfortunately dropped out. This would have been a good fight, I think. Two people from completely separate worlds of entertainment coming together and fighting. However, we don't know who Master Oogway is up against now, so I really can't comment on this fight further. I'm glad that they're getting big names from social media like Master Oogway on Misfits though. It helps expand the brand and get more fighters on board. I haven't heard of Master Oogway again until this Misfits 009 card, but he definitely has a massive audience, so that's a plus. Misfits should definitely look at getting fighters from different online communities on board. Kinda like how Creator Clash was more streamer focused. Gabe Silva vs Ben Davis is the fight that I'm personally excited about the most. Gabriel Silva is the son of Anderson Silva and has a kickboxing background. Ben Davis is an MMA social media personality and commentator who has no real background in combat sports. This fight is the definition of crossover boxing and I love it. I respect the fuck out of Ben Davis getting in there with Anderson Silva's kid, and I really hope he gets the upset. He's only 23 years old, he's the same age as me, and a person who has no real combat sports experience beating the son of one of the best strikers in history is very exciting to me. It's a great narrative, and I'm also a fan of the children of legends in combat sports competing in Misfits. It's a good way of getting their name out there and also straying from what their fathers did. We already had Kimbo Slice Jr. on Misfits, and now we're seeing Gabe Silva take up influencer boxing. That being said, Ben Davis seems like a very, very good person to have in the space. He's young, he can actually promote the fight and speak well, and he's game to fight anyone. I mean, fucking clearly. I'm 23, the exact same age, and I don't even think I want to fight Anderson Silva's sperm, let alone his grown-up, 6-foot-something son. Now it's time to talk about the main event. Ginty vs Faze Temper doesn't really interest me, as well as Hello Ham vs Ashley Raksu, so let's just dive into the main course. Idris Virgo vs Aaron Chalmers. Idris is a 13-0 pro boxer who appeared on Love Island, and Aaron Chalmers is a former MMA fighter who appeared on Geordie Shore. These guys are very similar to one another, and I understand why Aaron and Idris would make for a good fight. However, does this deserve to be on a Misfits main event, pay-per-view or not? They have massive Instagram followings, that's for sure, but Instagram followers doesn't equal tickets being sold or people being interested in the fight. I guess if they set this in an 1,000-seat venue in Newcastle, it'll probably do well, but I don't see this main event having much global impact. I don't know man, I just don't see a real interesting storyline building up to this fight apart from them two being on reality TV. I also think that Idris has rubbed people the wrong way, with him trying to pick fights with influencers like Salt Papi, Slim, etc. You're an undefeated professional boxer with 13 fights under your belt. I don't know if calling out a YouTuber is the best look. But if we take a macro look at this card, I feel like Gabe Silva vs Ben Davis has the most meat on the bone in terms of entertainment value, real stakes, and narrative. What do you think about Misfits 009 as we're approaching fight week? Let me know, thank you for watching, and see you next time.